Hello, Cancer. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your bonus reading for the first half of January. Happy New Year, guys. I hope it's going well so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at some issues and challenges of your heart connection, whoever it is that you have in mind for this reading. This can be a bit of a triggering reading because we're going to be bringing up some difficult issues and challenges. So if that's something that you don't mind getting into here, that's what we're diving into here for this particular reading. I figure, beginning of the year, brand new year, it's time to tackle whatever did not work for you in the last year so that you don't carry it forward into the rest of the year. So we'll tackle that here today, okay? General reading, as always, Cancer, it won't resonate with every single person, so please do take from this reading what makes sense for you as always and release the rest. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below in the description box, as well as a link to all of the decks and creators that you see here today. Okay, so let's get started. These are the 3 decks that we will be using for your focus messages. This is by Angelic Revelation 144, Top Secret deck, and then this is the Truth Rising deck by Fire Witch Tarot. So we'll grab a message from here, and lastly, the Soul Activation Oracle deck by Rising Sun Oracle. So let's begin, and of course, cross watchers and anyone else who's been guided to tune in are welcome. All right, let's grab your first message, Cancer, to get things started. Issues and challenges. So let's get that out of the way in the beginning of the year, and hopefully the rest of your year will be a lot smoother. Okay, someone is hungry for you. So this is someone who is attracted to you, and this to me is someone... when someone's hungry for someone, it's like there's that craving that they have for you. So it could certainly be very sexual in nature, Cancer. All right, so that's what's coming through. If you resonate with that for yourself, if there's someone that you're hungry for, maybe that's why it's coming through as well, especially if it's a mutual thing, All right, so let's go ahead and grab one from the Truth Rising deck here. Angels and Spirit Guides for Cancer for this bonus reading. All right, I'm guided to this card right here. Look at this, guys. That's hard to ignore. Lustful vampires, sexual drainage. So what I kind of get with both of these cards coming through, and even though that could be flattering for a good second, that somebody desires you so much that they hunger and they crave for you and they're lusting after you, they have to be able to offer you more than just the physical connection. Okay, you want the whole package. You want somebody to not only desire you physically, but to be able to desire to fulfill your life and to make you happy in other ways as well. So that's interesting how those 2 cards are coming through in that way. All right, your third focus card here, Cancer. And I'm also kind of feeling that some of you guys might even resonate with third-party situations, or someone who just isn't really wanting to commit to one person and they could have multiple partners. Okay, so what's your third message here? I am guided to this card. Abundant, which is nice, okay? Heading into a brand new year with abundant energy. This could apply to your finances, of course, or just better opportunities in regard to your career, your livelihood. But this can also apply to so many other areas of your life, and certainly including your love life. Abundant energy, abundance in love, abundance in romance, however way that's presenting itself. It is picking up off of the root chakra energy, so the need for stability and security in our lives. And if someone's just lusting after you and just wanting the sexual connection instead of being able to love you as well, I have a feeling here for some of you, this person does not want to get their heart involved in this equation, So that as well could be the challenge. But as far as what this year could bring in for you, that abundant energy is really nice. And I just realized the crystal for that card, I'm totally going to butcher this name, Mookite, I think. Mookaite. So I'm not familiar with that particular crystal, but if you are, you know, that could certainly be very abundant in nature as well. And then we've got the number 8, which could be of significance for some of you. Maybe that's your birth date. You know, maybe it could be July 8th for some of you. Okay, I'm just getting that. Or the 8th month of the year could be August. Okay, however way that number 8 is coming through here. Could also be an infinity symbol. Okay, so let's see what else needs to come through. All right, so let's tackle some issues here with the Issues deck by Fire Witch Tarot. And of course, you don't have to identify with each and every issue that I'm able to pull up with this deck, just whichever one resonates with your situation. So for the collective, for Cancer, for this bonus reading, for the first half of January, angels and spirit guides, what are the issues that need to come through and need to be addressed for those tuning in for this Cancer reading? We've got comfort zone, together out of comfort. If this is something that you relate to, what I'm kind of getting from this Cancer is some of you guys could have already been in a partnership where maybe, you know, it was more like a comfortable connection. As it says, together out of comfort. You're used to this person. Maybe you guys have been together a long time, but maybe the physical connection wasn't as exciting as more and more time passed, and you know, maybe the magic kind of fizzled, and here comes this person who's craving for you, lusting after you. So for those of you who can relate to that, and maybe this person kind of brought in the excitement into your life, but if that's the case, and if you're already attached to someone else, then this could resonate with some of you that it could have been a third-party situation, and there were trust issues and infidelity in the partnership. What else? We've got emotionally withdrawn, you see? Pulls back emotionally and bottles up their feelings. That's because they just want to do the physical thing. This could all be about sex for someone, not so much the emotional part. So they'd rather keep that part of themselves out of it, I feel. That's interesting. We have the past that's coming through here. Lives in the past, brings up old shit. Okay, so maybe for some of you, you're able to relate to this, and this is the year to move forward from the past, to release whatever baggage you might be holding onto when it comes to the past. And you could also be dealing with somebody who constantly brings up old stuff, like old shit, as it says. Things that maybe you felt that you had already tackled, that you guys have already addressed it and moved on from it. And every time maybe you guys get into an argument, they keep bringing it up. That could have contributed to the issues of your partnership. For those of you who are either going through some challenges in your relationship, or this is what broke you guys up, because you couldn't move forward from the past. We've got extreme jealousy coming through as well. Insecurity triggers, highly possessive, feels threatened easily. Okay? And I'm not surprised to see that type of vibe, especially if there are other people that are a part of this equation, third parties, infidelities, trust issues, cheating, lying. So whoever was on the receiving end of being cheated on or betrayed or lied to, that person was the jealous one I'm feeling. That could be for some of you guys. Or on the other side of that coin, it could be the person that you're thinking about, that this is something that they have experienced. Now look at this next card right here. Guilty conscience. Okay, they have a guilty conscience. Accuses you of cheating and hiding secrets due to their own guilty conscience. Oh my God. That is hard to ignore, Cancer. Okay, so you know, it's almost like they're blaming you for their own shit, when in fact they're the ones that are doing all these crazy things and cheating and lying and being shady and hiding secrets. You know, just wanting to maybe get into these casual hookups with people. And look at the next card. Betrayal. Turn their back on you. Constant fuck-ups, asshole. Wow. Those are some major issues that some of you guys have dealt with here. And then we have never satisfied. Hard to please. Nothing is ever enough for this person. Insatiable. You know, they could have had an insatiable appetite for sex. And maybe they felt that, you know, in the partnership, for those of you who are together a long time, or maybe just, as I mentioned, the magic kind of fizzled. They weren't as invested in the connection as they were maybe in the beginning. And things got a little bit too comfortable and lax in the partnership. And they felt maybe that someone else was what they were looking for, or someone came into the picture and maybe they had this attraction towards this person sexually. One thing led to another, and then we've got betrayals and cheating going on. That's what's coming through. So yeah, I mean, these are the issues that are presenting itself here, Cancer. Very difficult energies presenting itself, you know. But as I mentioned, now is the time to address these things in the very beginning of a brand new year in order for you to not carry it forward. So if it's something that needs to be released, maybe now is the time to release it so that you can attract this abundance into your life. Okay, so let's continue. Let's go ahead and add some messages from the Twin Flame Shadows deck. This is by Mystic Moon. This can definitely bring up additional challenges for a partnership because it's in the shadows. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what presents itself here. Angels and spirit guides for Cancer for this bonus reading, first half of January. We've got someone who's robotic. So they're very cold in their heart space. That's because they're emotionally withdrawn. That's because they're investing their time and energy with other people. And this is not somebody that wants to get into a committed partnership. This is not someone who's looking to fall in love. I'm just not feeling that from this individual. Casual hookups, cheating, third parties. You know, lustful vampires, sexual drainage. So some of you guys that are able to relate to this, either you were the victim of all of this drama and all of these issues, and they hurt you in this way, or you got yourself entangled into this situation. So take that only if it applies, of course. But that's definitely going to be a complicated situation, to say the least. What else for Cancer? Look at that, irresponsible. You see how it's a couple and they're skeletons, and they are a bride and a groom, okay? So for some of you guys that are able to relate to this, you could have been married to this person who cheated on you, who betrayed you, who hurt you. They were an irresponsible spouse, an irresponsible partner. Okay? They were not investing their heart. They were not looking for the emotional aspect of this connection. It could have been part of this irresponsibility. And I keep going back to this because these two cards paint a very specific story here. You know, it's craving, it's hunger, lustful vampire, sexual drainage. So that's a very specific message that's coming through for some of you guys. That there was cheating going on here, infidelities, third parties, or even more than 3 people, multiple partners. What else for Cancer? Yeah, that's caused some of you to feel very insecure as a result of this going on. Maybe you felt as though your partner wasn't attracted to you anymore, or that they didn't desire you anymore. So of course that would make you feel insecure. And it's interesting how it falls right below the past, lives in the past. So part of maybe why some of you guys are living in the past is because that's when things were actually good between you and your person. And so if you're feeling nostalgic about when times were good, when it was just the two of you and there weren't all of these outside influences from other people, maybe that's where you choose to be, because that's where you guys were going well, when the relationship was good. And now that it's not, it causes you to feel very insecure. We've got void, okay? So I'm feeling here, for those of you especially who are going through some major challenges in your partnership or are in separation, as a result of that separation, as a result of things not working out the way you'd like in your partnership, maybe there's this emptiness that you're feeling, like something's missing, an empty void that you want to be able to fill. And this is why we're talking about this at this point in time, in the very beginning of the year, so that you can fill that void with this abundance. Abundance in love, in money, good health, friendships, family, whatever it is. What else for Cancer? Yeah, see, look at this, unlovable. I mean, look at the body language for both of these cards. Obviously, we've got two women represented in these cards. So if you resonate with that for yourself, if this is how your person made you feel, very insecure, unlovable, unwanted, uncherished, unappreciated, all of those things have contributed to this type of energy for some of you. And that as well is very painful and very difficult to accept sometimes. It's interesting how we've got envious coming through. So we've got extreme jealousy, someone who's very insecure, and then now we've got envious. Okay, so, I mean, someone who's jealous can be envious of someone else too. And as it says here, they're never satisfied. So they're constantly looking to what other people have in their lives, and that's what they're wanting. And if you, for example, Cancer, if you were happy in your relationship at one point in time, and there was someone else looking from the outside in, and they desired what you had with your person, they could have been the vampire. They could have been the lustful vampire that came in and ruined what you had with your person. And if it ended up being that your partner ended up being irresponsible by entertaining that lustful vampire, then there we go with the infidelity and the betrayals. Wow. One more shadow. Let's see. Misguided. Okay. To me, whenever I see this particular card, and this is just my interpretation of it, because that light for me represents the energy of the sun, which of course in traditional tarot is beautiful. It's happy energy. It's very positive energy. And when it comes to love and romance, it can result in two people that can find their happiness together, that can result in a union, or for some people a reunion, or even resulting in marriage. Okay? So I just feel, if this is how they're causing you to feel, all of these issues that have presented itself here, they as well are coming through with this misguided energy. They can't seem to just travel down this particular path that they're meant to be on in order for you guys to work through your partnership. They're on a very different path from you, I feel. I can't make this up. Look at this. We've got lust. Lustful vampires. Lust. That's all they're after. That is what they're after. Just the physical connection with people, not so much wanting to fall in love, not so much wanting to commit or even get married or stay married. Okay? And the next card, look at this, is secretive. Okay? Someone who is secretive, they're not sharing things with you. They're deceptive. They're holding back from fully opening up their heart space to you, Cancer. So I'm not surprised, based off of what's already presented itself here, that they were keeping secrets from you, and they were lying and just being manipulative and deceptive. That's what's presenting itself here so far. Okay, so let's go ahead and add to this and see what we could pull up as far as tarot messages and additional guidance. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some insight from my modern day Seers Tarot and Oracle deck. This is tarot with a twist. And the twist here is, yes, it includes the 78 original tarot cards you'd get from any deck, but I've also added new oracle messages as well as new court cards that are exclusive to this deck. And it follows the same format as my tarot teacher. It's got upright and reversed meanings for the majority of the cards, so it makes it super simple, especially for beginners to learn how to read tarot. So let's take a look and see, Cancer, what else needs to come through here for you. So if you already know that your person was dishonest and betrayed you, stabbed you in the back, there were trust issues, there were third parties, there were infidelities, lies, secrets, the whole bit. Let's take a look and see how you can move on from this. All right, angels and spirit guides for Cancer. Or at least what it is that you need to be made aware of. Okay, so we've got a reverse card right here. I like this because this is the Five of Swords, Cancer. So the Five of Swords, picking up off of air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, for some of you, maybe that's your person's energy, but it is in the reversed. So this is a peaceful resolution right here. Things working itself out. That does not necessarily mean you're going to get back together, if especially that's not what you're interested in. A peaceful resolution could simply mean that you find peace in your heart, peace in your life, to help you move on, to get yourself onto a better path. Okay? However, for some of you guys, because this card in the reverse, it does represent the desire to reconcile. So this could be your person's energies. You could have detached from them, especially if there were betrayals and cheating and infidelity in the partnership, and they were being irresponsible. So you could have walked away from this person, and once you did that, it might have really given this person a wake-up call to where they realize it's like, oh shit, what am I doing? You know, I'm about to lose someone that I actually have feelings for, but they are, again, pushing those feelings down. But through that epiphany, that light bulb moment, maybe, that's when they're finally able to open up their heart and realize that they love you and that they care for you and that they ultimately don't want to lose you. Because in the reverse, this is also a card of needing forgiveness. So realizing all of the shit that they put you through and wanting to make amends. They want to end the conflict between the two of you. Okay, so this card in the reverse is actually something that could bring about, as it says, a peaceful resolution between you and this person, in however way you see fit, Cancer. We've got the Justice card coming through. So we've got Libra coming through again, because we've got Swords, air energy. So Libra coming through here. This is the need for the truth and clarity. Okay? And with all of this going on, all of these issues, your person, they were not coming forward with the truth. They were keeping secrets that already came forward. And so the truth will surface. The truth will always come out. It always does. This could also be tapped into karmic justice for your person. You know, karma, it comes around. And this is also the need to balance the scales between the two of you. Now, for others, this could represent legal issues tied into either legal separation or divorce, especially with an irresponsible person that you could have been married to. Okay, that's not going to apply to everybody, but that is a part of the interpretation here. And the thing with the Justice energy, it does represent a soul contract that two people have. And for some of you, maybe you are severing ties. You're severing that contract because they betrayed you, because they hurt you. So part of you living your truth, Cancer, is taking things in a different direction for your life and empowering yourself so that you can find what you deserve. Good things that are meant to come into your life. And that's why we've got this energy of abundance. Now, this is interesting, okay? So this is one of the new court cards in this deck. The Baroness of Water represents divine feminine energy, okay? Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So this is a part of your vibe right here, my feminines. It is in the upright. So the Baroness of Water is someone who's dependable. This is someone who knows what they want. You've got particular goals in mind and you're going to achieve them. You're determined. You have a no-nonsense type personality. In other words, you're not going to put up with any of your masculine's bullshit. You love a great conversation. You tend to be a little bit talkative, but you possess the gift of gab and you have a great sense of humor. This Baroness is someone who's very lighthearted, gets along well with pretty much everyone. You could also find that you're a very creative individual. In the role of a wife, you're very lovable, but you could have had a spouse who, again, was very irresponsible and they were emotionally withdrawn because they were just looking for other people outside of the relationship, just for the physical aspect of things, maybe. And as a role of a mother figure, the Baroness of Water is very affectionate, okay, with children. So if you relate to this, my feminines, for yourself, you could be coming through as the Baroness of Water, okay? You're standing your ground. You're standing in your power here. What else for Cancer? We've got another card coming up in the reverse. Exhaustion, fatigue, refusing to compromise, stubborn, someone who's got a chip on their shoulder, no fight left, So if this is something that you resonate with for yourself, it's like maybe there was a point in time when you were able to give all of your energy towards fighting for your person, but there comes a time when it's time to back away from that and empower yourself and put yourself onto a different path that you're meant to go. And if they can't be a part of that journey, then it's time to detach from that person. So yeah. And also, the Nine of Wands is someone who lacks the courage to perhaps do the right thing, or just afraid to go after who or what it is that they want. Okay? And so that could be your person as well. Maybe they're afraid to reach out knowing that they messed up. That's a possibility. So remember, with the Five of Swords, they could want to reconcile with you, but maybe they're afraid to get the conversation going because they know they've messed up big time. Now look at this. However, we've got the Four of Wands. Okay, so this is a great card right here. So two wands right next to each other. Now, wands represents fire energy. For some of you guys, maybe your person is a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. So this is a very happy card. It's happy families, a reunion. Okay, so a reunion is possible. If you're open to the possibility of a reconciliation with your person, you have to, of course, make sure that there are no third parties, that they are ready to fully invest in the partnership. That is if you're open to forgiveness, if you're able to get past what's happened, if you're able to come to a point of forgiveness in your heart to allow them back in. Totally up to you, of course. But that is a part of the interpretation because we've got a reunion that's possible here. So I'm also feeling if this person moved out of a home that you guys have shared to be with someone else, this can represent a homecoming as well. So maybe they finally had that wake-up call and that epiphany, that light bulb moment, and they realized if they don't get their act together, they're going to lose you. The Four of Wands could also be indicative of a twin flame connection for some of you guys. So this is cause for celebration right here. And for those of you who were separated and had children together, it affected the family as well. We've got the Angel of Light coming through. In order to recognize the gift you are to others, you must recognize the gift you are to yourself. Isn't that the truth? In order to see the light in the one you love, you must see the light within yourself. I am here to illuminate the path towards your enlightenment. There is a way out, a light at the end of the tunnel. Go ahead, take that first step. I'll be there when you do. And it is that first step, Cancer, that's going to lead you towards this direction of abundance. And if this person failed to recognize the gift that they had in you, that's not something that you can help them with. That's something that they're going to have to realize all on their own. Okay? 10 of Wands, heavy burdens, stressed out, burnt out. Also, perhaps this person made you feel unloved, again, uncherished, unappreciated. We've got unlovable right there, taken for granted. So this is your turn now to be able to turn the tables and for this person to feel your emptiness or your lack of presence in their life. Because remember, at one point in time, I kind of felt that you felt this emptiness, this void in your life because they were investing their time in other people. So once you take your power back and take control of your life, your situation, and you're no longer invested in this person, and they see that, all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute. I'm no longer getting the attention from Cancer here. So, what's going on? So it's going to cause them to, I feel, have that wake-up call to realize if they don't get their act together, they're going to lose you. But in the meantime, focus on you. Lay down whatever heavy burdens you've been carrying in 2020 and start this year off fresh. Have a new beginning here and lay down the heaviness that you've been carrying. Lay it down. The moon, picking up off of Pisces. Could be a Pisces that you're focused on. So the moon's energies can be tapped into illusions, our fears, our anxieties, fantasies, but it's also a card, believe it or not, of secrets, of deception, of affairs. So that's a very specific message coming through for some of you guys that had to deal with this. But with the energy of the moon, there's two sides to the moon. There's the dark side, there's the light side. So on the lighter side, Cancer, that's the goal. That's where you want to be heading towards, that light. Because what's on the other side of the moon is the sun. That is where your happiness will be waiting for you. Look at that, 10 of Cups. It's another card of a reunion, a homecoming, okay? You can still have a dream that can manifest itself here, Cancer. A divine love that you share with someone. This can be marriage for some of you. Someone that you see as a soulmate. So we've got twin flame references here as well as soulmates. So either you and this person work it out and come to some sort of agreement that you guys can overcome the challenges and issues that have happened between the two of you. So either you guys work it out and have a reunion and live happily ever after, or you detach, you move on, you heal from it, and you find love elsewhere with that 10 of Cups. So it really depends, Cancer, what it is that you're wanting when it comes to this connection. Can you find it in your heart to forgive? Or is it too late? You know, so the angel of light is here to help you to recognize that light within yourself first. Okay, so that's what's coming through from that. Let's go ahead and grab some insight from the Love Games deck by Sister Moon Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Cancer for this bonus reading, first half of January. Let's see what else here. Yin and yang, okay? So there could be someone out there, Cancer, where you've got this type of connection. They are your yin to your yang, you know? Someone that completes you. Someone who is the other half of you. You know, a twin flame connection is the other half of your soul. So for those of you that resonate with that, there's a particular person where you feel that connection. But in the meantime, look at that. Love yourself. Very much in tune with the angel of light message. Love yourself first. It comes down to self-love. Again, to recognize the gift you are to others, you must recognize the gift you are to yourself. And once you are able to come to a place where you can love yourself, then that will help you certainly attract the right kind of love into your life, because you already know what it's like to feel unlovable because you didn't receive the love that you deserved from this person who ended up hurting you. Pay attention to the signs that surround you at this point in time. Cancer, we've got a little ladybug right there. That could be a sign for some of you guys. You know, so many different signs. It could be a song that you hear. It could be a sign that you see. You know, whatever it is that grabs your attention, there's a specific message that's there for you. So definitely pay attention to your surroundings. What else, please, for Cancer? Look at that. New roads. Absolutely. So you're meant to travel down a very different road this year, Cancer. 2020 was a very different journey for you. 2021 is meant to take you down new roads, new adventures, opening up new doors, new opportunities. And it's interesting how we started off with comfort zone. Okay, so sometimes in order to experience new things in our life, when we go in a different direction, you have to venture out of that comfort zone. And look at this next card. We've got taking risks. That is what you need to do this year, is to take risks, to take that leap of faith and see where it takes you. Because you might just find that the road you end up on is somewhere that will truly fulfill you and make you very happy. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some dialogue messages here. This is my newest deck. It's the He Said, She Said Oracle. Each card contains 2 messages, one from the divine masculine and the other from the feminine. So whether it's in relation to what's come through here or not, let's go ahead and see what the conversation would be like between the masculine and feminine. All right, for Cancer, angels and spirit guides, please. Who needs to speak up here and what needs to be expressed? All right, let's see. Okay. We've already got infidelity coming through. There are 2 infidelity cards in this deck, so this one says infidelity 2, and this is representing the feminine, actually. Okay, so first message from the masculine. He said, "Where have you been?" She said, "Out with friends." Okay, so this is a feminine who's lying to the masculine and not being truthful and keeping secrets. There we are. You know, third parties, infidelities. Next message, he said, "I've learned my lesson. I'm a changed man. She said, so have I. I'm a changed woman and know that I deserve better. You see, this is coming through for some of my feminines here. So it comes down to timing, really. You might hear from your masculine, and if they're coming through wanting to apologize, letting you know that they've learned lessons over what's happened between the two of you, that they've changed, that they've, made certain changes in their life to come forward as a better person. And here you are, my feminines, basically saying, it's like, look, I've changed too. I haven't just been sitting on my ass doing nothing since we've been apart. I'm a changed woman too, and during this time of separation, I've come to find that I deserve better than you. Okay, so that's a specific message coming through for the feminines who have been able to empower yourselves. Next message, he said, I'll make things right between us, I promise. She said, please don't break your promises. Because I have a feeling you've dealt with a lot of broken promises already. We've got that irresponsible card right there. Part of that irresponsibility was due to broken promises, I feel. Let's grab another. He said, I want nothing more than to hold you in my arms. She said, I feel so secure and loved when you hold me. Don't ever let me go. So this can apply, of course, to those of you who are going through challenges or even in separation, if these are conversations that you guys had when times were good, when you had a masculine, perhaps my feminine's letting you know, it's like, I want nothing more than to be able to spend time with you, those intimate moments, to hold you in my arms, and causing the feminine to feel very secure and loved. But I'm feeling as more time passed, it caused the feminine especially to feel unloved, because we might have had a masculine here who stepped out on the connection and being a very irresponsible partner. So, take that only if it resonates, of course. He said, I never understood why my other relationships never worked. She said, I do, because they weren't me. Okay? So we might have had a masculine, again, who was just in and out of relationships, casual hookups, or maybe casual dating, not wanting to commit, not wanting to get into anything serious, emotionally withdrawn, just the physical connection maybe. And none of those situations ever worked because this masculine could have passed up true love with the feminine. None of those other people represented this person, or that could be you, Cancer. You might have dealt with a person who kept passing up this wonderful connection that you guys had. They kept looking for something else, someone else, when they had it all along to begin with you. Okay? So that's what's presenting itself from that particular deck. Let's go ahead and wrap things up here, Cancer, with some additional guidance and messages from my Heart and Soul Love Oracle. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Cancer. Definitely lots of issues and challenges that presented itself here. But I have a feeling, Cancer, that through this abundant energy, we've got a rainbow right there. The angel of light coming in to help you. You've got the 10 of Cups, a potential reconciliation, yes. Reunions, soulmates, twin flame connections. So there are good things that are coming in for you. You just got to make sure that whatever these issues and challenges are, that you don't sweep them under the rug, you don't ignore them, you face them head on. And, until you're able to have that opportunity, lay down whatever heaviness and extra responsibilities that you might be taking on, when in fact you've got your own that you need to carry. So don't carry anyone else's burden. Let's see. All right. We've got broken. I ran away from you because I was afraid. I've given my heart before and my heart was broken. I don't know how not to run. All I do is run from love. I've gotten so used to the pain, I'm almost numb to it. Maybe, just maybe, I'll give it one more try. So if you relate to this for yourself, Cancer, maybe you've experienced heartbreak and relationships that ended up not working out. So you could have been a runner here. But I'm also feeling for some of you guys, you were dealing with a person who was a runner themselves. And so they tend to run from situations where maybe they feel they're being closed in or that they're being forced towards commitment or whatever the case may be. And so instead of sticking around, they tend to run towards people who are not good for them. We have touching. So going back to these first two cards, hungry for you, lustful vampires, people who are just getting in and out of relationships strictly for the physical connection, for the sexual gratification. But I feel there is this connection that they have with you, Cancer, that's unlike any other that they've been able to find out there. And maybe they needed to do all of these crazy things in order to realize that. But in the meantime, as a result of doing all of that, they ended up hurting you. You know, so it's really a very difficult, complicated situation for some. So let's go ahead and read this. Touching. The attraction, the fire, the passion between us is undeniable. I want you, you want me. We have had this intensity right from the start. The way you kiss me, move me, make love to me. I remember the way we looked into each other's eyes, the sound of your breath, the taste of your kiss. Nobody will ever touch me the way you do. Nobody. Okay? So however way that makes sense for you, there's that one person that you connected with that they either feel this way or this is how you feel through those intimate moments. We have fulfilled. Somehow the universe knew that I was unfulfilled, something missing in my life, but I always tried to hide the pain through a tough exterior that covered such vulnerability. When we met, I was empty. My cup is now overflowing with love because of you. Because of you. Okay? And maybe again, they needed to realize this only after the fact. After all of the issues, after all of the drama, after all of the heartbreak and challenges, after you might have walked away from this person because of the toxicity that they got themselves in. And maybe once they realized how you fulfilled them, you know, and you were no longer available for them to just treat like a doormat or somebody that they just disrespected, I kind of feel they came to this realization a little bit too late. And it's totally your call, Cancer. It's up to you whether you allow this person back into your life. The reconciliation, references, and reunions are here. But, you know, you just got to be mindful of who it is that you are attracting back or allowing back into your life. Because for some of you guys, maybe this person does not deserve to even return. And maybe that's the lesson here. That they are not meant to be a part of your future. That you are meant to travel down a new road and find love elsewhere and find someone who can offer you that 10 of Cups. And it's perhaps up to you to be able to find this abundant energy on your own. Okay? I'm just getting that for some of you guys, that this person who hurt you, they don't deserve to follow you into the future for the rest or the remainder of this year. So there could even be someone else who's meant to be a part of your life. We have vows. Promises are made all the time. There's so much power behind the words we speak when we make promises, and it sometimes makes a person wonder why they often get broken. Let's not break ours. So remember, going back to this dialogue message, he said, I'll make things right between us, I promise. She said, please don't break your promises. So moving forward, if they can actually make promises that they can keep, Cancer, if you're able to give them another chance to be able to prove that to you, then hopefully things will be a lot better moving forward. But again, it's your call. It's your call if you allow them back into your life, into your heart. And last card, reach. What I would give to be able to reach out and touch you again. A tangible piece of you that I had the pleasure of knowing once. I will forever reach out for you, and maybe someday our hands, our hearts will meet again. So yeah, the possibility certainly is here. But again, it's up to you, Cancer, if you allow them back in. Because, you know, it's like getting an opportunity that maybe you hoped for at one point in time, and when it finally presents itself to you, maybe by that time you would have already moved on, and maybe you're no longer interested. So it really comes down to the timing of when these opportunities come in. Because you might find that maybe you found something, someone way better suited for you, for you, aside from this person who created so much drama. Okay, so that's what I've got for you guys this time around. Definitely a lot to tackle here as far as the issues and challenges. And I really do feel here, Cancer, this can still turn out to be one of the best years that you've ever experienced. It comes down to your choices and the direction that you decide to take this year to welcome in this energy of abundance. It's coming in for you, so welcome it in. Okay? So for anyone who's interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below in the description box. And I wish you guys the very best, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.